Hello everyone, my name's Dean. Let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today is April 26th, 2022, and I'm coming to you again for the second time for the Tuesday live stream. Welcome one and all. Alright, we have a lot of fun things to talk about, alright? I know that the price has been dumping ever since this morning, my time, around 8:30 a.m. But I'm actually quite encouraged by this, and I'm going to go into that, okay? Also, we're definitely going to talk about the topic of the live stream, which today is the likely path to 100K. I'm going to show you why I think the path that I have demarcated to 100K is probabilistically likely, okay? So what it's going to look like to get to 100K or close to 100K, and why 100K, once again, if you haven't heard it yet, is my target to the upside, all right? And obviously, we're going to look, as always, at our favorite altcoins and any other altcoins that you guys decide to have a look at, all right? So let's see who's here with us. Please like the stream. If you come, shout yourself out so I know who's here. All right, let's see. Obviously, we're going to... Okay, hey Dalton, how are you? Looks like we're live and well. All right, so let's get into it. I'm excited, and I'm on the 30-minute time frame. And for those of you who are subscribed to the channel, you'll know that lately I've been looking more at higher time frames. Reason being, I'm not trading as much, yeah? I'm obviously not. I'm not leverage trading. I mean, leverage trading this environment requires quite a lot of skill, but also I don't know if it's worth the risk, right? And I've discussed this before. It's just so volatile. We're clearly in the throes of a consolidation, a large consolidation, okay? Many consolidations on multiple levels. And let's just go into that really quickly. So we're obviously in a consolidation, a corrective consolidation. Where's my pen? Here we go. We're obviously in this large corrective consolidation, okay? And then secondly, we're in this large consolidation or medium time frame consolidation, and then we're in this small time frame consolidation. The last thing you want to do, personally, I feel, is leverage trade consolidative price action, corrective price action, because corrective price action by definition is choppy. And, you know, when you're leverage trading, you want to set an entry and then based off of how you're reading the market, you set a stop, right? To keep from getting stopped out, or to keep from losing your position, to be honest, because you can get liquidated, right? Because you're on leverage. And then you have to determine if the price is going up or down. Now, I think, and I've said this before on the channel, 3 things you need to take a trade. First, you need to know if the price is going up or down, okay? You need to know if the price is going up or down. And I think that's fairly straightforward, to be honest. Like, it's not that difficult, right? You can get that more than 50% of the time. Most people can with a basic understanding of technical analysis. The second thing you need to know to take, to successfully win a trade, right? To take a good trade is you need to know where to put your stops, okay? Like, where do you put your stops? Where's your invalidation point? This dictates your risk, right? You set your risk limit, you set, you know, what you're willing to lose. You define your loss before your loss defines you, okay? So this is very important if you want to stay in the game. If you're just taking one trade for everything, yeah, sure, whatever, who cares? You may not even set a stop. But if you want to have a career, if you want to do it professionally, if you want to actually keep your capital, preserve your capital, you have to set stops. And you have to figure that out, okay? And that is obviously going to come down to your understanding of support and resistance and, you know, whatever. invalidation points, as I said. And the third thing is you need to know when to take profit, okay? Like, where is it that the price is going to go where you're like, okay, this is where I'm taking profit. Maybe you have multiple take profit levels. Maybe you only have one, right? This is hard to do when the price is trending. It's nearly impossible to do when the price is doing this, okay? Looking like an EKG. This is why one of the most useful things I've ever learned in trading and investing is not to trade as if we're always in the same phase of the market, okay? So here's what I do, and this is repetitive, but I think it bears repeating, and if you don't know this, you've never heard me say this, maybe it helps you, maybe it saves you a lot of money. It cost me a lot of money to learn this lesson I'm going to sort of share with you. It's a lesson for me, maybe it's bullshit to you, I don't know. I divide the market in 3 phases: up, down, and sideways. If we're in up or down market, I will consider leverage trading. I need to see trends. And there I can count my 5 waves easily. I can use my 618 invalidation, my 382 invalidation for wave 4, 618 invalidation for wave 2, 382 invalidation for wave 4. You know, even if I encounter the occasional like ending 5th wave diagonal, or like, you know, a leading diagonal or something crazy, it's okay, right? On average, by just playing the numbers, I'm gonna win, like, because I can count waves and I can use fibs easy, right? So I'm leverage trading, sure, maybe. Down market, I don't know. I might get out of the way, depending, you know, I may leverage trade. If we're trending, sure, why not? It's possible. Side market, absolutely not. And what did I say to begin this stream? So we've been in a side market, which is in a side market, We're literally in a Russian doll of side markets. It's quite literally the worst time to leverage trade. Maybe there's always somebody out there that thrives in these scenarios that can leverage trade these scenarios successfully. You may not know that your favorite YouTuber who claims to have, you know, a successful signal group is hemorrhaging and has been hemorrhaging money ever since January 2021, or ever since January of 2022. Maybe they won't tell you, but most people lose money in chop. It's just the nature of it, and I'll prove it to you. Look at this. And by the way, if you guys are getting value from this, please like the stream, comment, anything you can do to help with sort of visibility in the YouTube algorithm. All right, so like I said, I'll prove it to you. Look at this. So what I want to show you, I want to show you liquidations. And this is just coinglass.com. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into 24. Okay, let's. Yeah, it only gives me liquidations on a small time frame. But let's just take, you know, this morning, right? We've been choppy since this morning. I woke up like, I don't know, maybe less than 12 hours ago. So let's do 12 hours. Let's do 12 hours. And just look at the liquidation. So this is kind of like the baseline, okay? So the BTC price is the yellow line. It's, you know, the price goes up and down and up and down and up and down, right? We've been in chop, so we've been going up and down and up and down and up and down. The green bar is all the longs that have been liquidated, okay? Like how much they've been liquidated, the green bars, all the longs, they've been liquidated, and then right here to the left, you can see how much money has been liquidated, okay? So huge liquidations in February, and huge liquidations at April 11th. See, this is when you don't want to be in the market, because you got to be not only a pro, but you have to be pretty lucky to evade this kind of price action. Maybe you're not among the people liquidated, but you probably got stopped out, right? This is where you lose money, right? In these periods of time, this is where money can be made leverage trading. So, I mean, just look at today, for instance. We're not the highest. Here, let me turn my pen on. Let me see if I can do this. No, I can't do this. I don't know how to do this. Anyway, I hope you can see my cursor. I got a cursor here. This is quite a lot, right? Like, we've liquidated $227 million in longs today. And I know maybe that might not mean anything to you if you're not looking at this data every day, but just look vis-a-vis the other liquidation, like, you know, just the daily kind of mean, right? Like, on the daily basis, most of the liquidations aren't this high. This is abnormally high. And now let's look at the price action. What makes it particularly difficult to trade? Once again, we're in chop. So just a word to the wise. I'm not telling you, you know, what to do with your money, or, you know, I know leverage trading is fun. It's exciting. It's cool. It's a great way to make money, whether the market's going up or down, and it's a great skill to learn. But the reason I don't do it in every market is because I'm playing the odds. And trading is all about odds. It's probabilistic, okay? This is why I'm not leverage trading this move right here, because I know it's highly likely that we're going to get a pump back up to the top of this channel, back up to the top of this channel, and back up to the top of this channel. But I can't tell you when, right? And part of doing this, you know, leverage trading is you kind of have to know when. Because if the move doesn't happen in time and it doesn't go when you think it's going to go, and it first goes down, then goes back up, you're out of the trade, right? So this is why, you know, I'm excited to watch the price action, because I'm on spot and I'm not leverage trading right now. But perhaps, you know, once we start trending, sure, I have some small positions that are leverage trade in addition to some spot buys, because that makes more sense, right? So I'm just playing the odds, right? The trending markets, up or down, sure, you can leverage trade. I think it makes sense. Let me know what you guys think about that. That's just my strategy. And yeah. What do you guys do? All right. So let's see. Next, you know, I know that a lot of people are freaking out, right? Because this is a big dump. You know, yesterday we had some hard gotten gains, right? We pumped 6%, and it took us a decent amount of time. It took us 15 hours to pump 6%. And then this morning, after, you know, we consolidated, we kind of got rejected from this level at 40,800. This morning, it took all of 13 hours to go down 7%, even below where we started yesterday. So it gets frustrating. I get it, right? It gets frustrating, and especially if you're in trades, if you're taking leverage trades, you really get demoralized. But this is one of the reasons why we're close to the end, and here's why. All right, a lot of people are scared. A lot of people are frustrated. This is what you want to buy, okay? Not buy on leverage, though, because it's easy to get shaken out. Even the best of the best, and I'm not saying that you're not good at, you know, reading charts and whatever and using your indicators. You may be elite, but you can still get stopped out quite often in this kind of atmosphere, in this environment, right? But this is what you want to buy, my friends. Look at this fear and greed chart, okay? And the red dots are where we're in extreme fear or in fear. And look what happens most of the time after we get into that state, all right? This obviously is the price of Bitcoin from about 2018 till today, okay? And most every time, not every time, but most every time we're in fear or extreme fear, that's when you want to buy, because we experience intense gains from that point, right? So fear, extreme fear leads to greed and extreme greed, okay? And then greed and extreme greed leads to fear and extreme fear, and it's a cycle, and it goes up and down and up and down and up and down, okay? So this is a great time to buy. I know you're feeling exasperated. I know you're feeling frustrated. I know you're scared. A lot of people are scared, right? You don't need to go on your social media. You can tell just by your own feelings. If you want to play on your feelings and use that as an indicator, you counter trade that. If you're scared, that's a great time to buy, dollar cost average in or whatever, right? Build your position, because it's very likely, just based off of the fear and greed, that we're going back up. Now, let's get into the crux of this live stream's topic, right? The path to 100K. This is why you're here, okay? And I showed this morning in the update. And this is another reason why I like to stay on the large time frames, especially when we're in that sideways state of the market, right? Because the market's ping-ponging up and down, and I zoom out and I look and read the most probable move, the next most probable move, okay? This channel has to be broken at some point. It has to either break down or break up. When it breaks down or up, it's going to do so violently. This channel, the pink channel, also has to do the same. When it breaks up or down, it has to do so violently. And this blue channel also has to do the same. When it breaks up or down, it's going to do so violently, right? So, for me, I think it's quite clear. If you've seen my larger analysis, my larger time frame analysis, I'm gonna skip to that really quickly and then back to here. I'm gonna go into my other Bitcoin chart, my BLX chart. Okay, and this is like part of my master plan. I have to go and log for this. Okay, but I'm using my skills in Elliott Wave theory to here. I gotta zoom out. If you haven't seen this, you may not understand. But for those of you subscribed, you'll know that I've counted basically Bitcoin's price action from when it first started trading at 1 penny, okay, using this chart. And I've got in here the blue. My blue is my my cycle wave. So basically that's the big wave. Okay, so first wave, second wave, third wave, fourth wave, fifth wave. And then in the blue wave, I've got a, what do you call it? Sorry, sometimes I forget the names and I have to go and check. Yeah, it's primary. Primary. Yep. So my red is my primary wave. So it basically subdivides my blue wave, my third wave, the third wave of my blue wave into 5, okay? Because we know that Elliott Wave, just every impulse can be subdivided into 5, okay? And so I've gotten my 5 waves here, and then I further subdivided my red wave, my primary wave, into 5, but I've only subdivided the third of the red waves because the first is already printed and I don't really care about that because we're in the third wave. Okay, and this green wave is my intermediate wave. Then I did that one last time with this pink wave, which is my minor wave, okay? And so this is how, I've used fibs and everything to confirm this count. And so I'm quite confident on this count. I don't have a million different options or possibilities. It's pretty cut and dry, right? Because we just started. This is clearly wave 1 and wave 2. Wave 1, wave 2, wave 1, wave 2, it's almost unambiguous. Now, why did I sort of come back to here? I wanted to show you that in the scheme of things, in the grand scheme of things, and I'm going to zoom in to the weekly chart, the grand scheme of things, I'm seeing us in a two-wave correction, okay? A wave 2 correction. And that wave 2 correction, I've got basically going like the blue wave here, this blue corrective wave, A, B, C. This B wave goes all the way to 100K, okay? This is basically why I believe that we're targeting 100K. This is the reason, the cause of us going up, even though we're in a correction to the downside, okay? And just remember that after we go to 100K, I fully anticipate having 5 waves to the downside coming down to between 21,000 and 11,000, okay? So just keep that in mind. This is what I have. So now going back to our daily Bitcoin chart that we use here. And I'm going to touch on that 21 to 11,000 prediction, if you will. You want to call it prediction? It's not that controversial. If this is the larger channel that we're in, right? Take this, the height of the channel, and take sort of the breakdown from the breakdown point. Let's say we break down here. What's that target here? That's 18, right? That's between the 21 and 11, okay? I know it's a big range. I think that should be a log, right? Because it's such a big move. Yeah, that's a big move. So I'm not, you know, that's definitely in the cards. You can see it on the monthly chart and the weekly chart. Well, maybe not as much on the monthly. I think it's easier to see on the weekly, right? On the stochastic RSI, you can see that we're just in a downtrend on the stochastic RSI. I think we're gonna go up and then back down. The daily's pretty much at an inflection point. I think it's gonna go up and back down again. So anyway, that's the sort of bigger plan. Let's get rid of the indicators. Let's get off the log scale. Okay. Now back to the path to 100K, okay? So the path to 100K, I think, very simply should be viewed or analyzed using support and resistance, okay? Like, I've got my Elliott Wave theory letting me know that this is a B wave, okay? This is kind of a corrective wave that has yet to put in 3 different waves, because we all know that corrective waves need 3 waves. So I need a 3rd wave here, okay? And this red line that I have here is my phi ratio. For those of you who are subscribed to the channel, you'll know exactly what this is. I need to go on log for this because it needs to be measured correctly. But the phi ratio is the 1,618, okay? It's a natural level, or it's a natural proportion that is mathematically significant in the natural sciences, okay? And in Elliott Wave theory, you take your A wave, or your initial break of structure. So this is your trend, right? Your previous trend was up. You were in a massive bull run. And this 3-wave structure to the downside is your A wave. In Elliott Wave theory, we call that your initial break of structure. If you take your Fibonacci retracement tool and take the height of your initial break of structure, your A wave, from the top to the bottom, you take the phi ratio of that, which is the 1,618, right? You'll get is exactly where this red line is, 104,186. Maybe it's not to the dollar accurate, okay, but it's around $104,000, and that represents the maximum height of the B wave. And this white line that I have here, I'm going to bold it. This white count, this 3-wave structure right here is what I call your B wave, okay? Because remember, this is the A wave. This is the A wave right here. I'm going to make it another color, don't worry. This is the B wave and this is the C wave. The C wave is your last wave. Let's make it another color. Let's make it yellow, okay? I showed you this on my BLX chart, on my my long-term Bitcoin chart, okay? So these three waves complete the correction. We're in the middle. This is a B wave. So this white wave count, this 3 wave count, is my B wave. We're still in the B wave. And the B wave, just like any corrective wave, is comprised fundamentally of 3 waves, okay? It can look like 5 waves. It can look like even more, right? But fundamentally, it's 3 waves. When I say it looks like 5 waves, I'm referring to complex W, X, Y, X, Z corrections. So we don't have to get into all that. But fundamentally, every correction happens in 3 waves and 3 movements, okay? So that's what I'm focusing on. This is why I'm saying the path to 100K is essentially us printing this C wave, okay? And what we're in now, right here, this channel, and then this smaller channel, well, let's just say this smaller channel is a consolidation from what I'm reading, from what I'm seeing. This smaller channel is the consolidation of price action up and out of all 3 channels, okay? The purple channel, the pink channel, and the blue channel to 100K. Expect major resistance at the top of this channel whenever this hits, and I'm going to put an alarm on it, and I don't know when it's going to hit, but one day it's going to wake me up, or it's going to just start, blaring, and it's not going to stop, and I'm probably going to see it before it rings, because I'm always looking at the chart every day, right? Although I'm not trading every day, obviously. Yeah, calling. I'm going to do it open-ended once per minute so I don't miss it. And so that is going to be a major rejection right there. Let me get off log. That's going to be a major rejection right there when we hit that. I'm anticipating for us to do this. This is the path I'm looking at. All right. Again, I don't know when this is going to break out. All right. But I'm fairly confident, given my channel here. I'm not freaking out because I have support in this channel. I have support in this channel. I have support in this channel. Like, the probability is high that I'm not going to break 3 critical levels of support to the downside. That's why I've already bought, and I'm sitting quite comfortable. I don't have any issues. Like, I just am anticipating any moment. Today, it's any moment that we break up and out, and the altcoins that I invested in do the same, okay? I'm anticipating making life-changing money on this trade, even though I didn't buy the absolute bottom, but that's the beauty of this phase of the market, right? Where you don't need leverage to make life-changing money because you buy at support or close to support and you just wait and execute, okay? And most people don't wait. Most people don't like to wait. This is the Achilles heel of most investors, most traders, okay? But you give yourself a chance when you're not on leverage, because when you're on leverage, you don't have that luxury, right? Because sometimes your trading fees, your trading fees, they add up, or the price volatility knocks you out of the trade, okay? I'm still in the trade, and I'm not getting out of the trade, and I don't have any intention of getting out of the trade because I'm at support. I'm at massive support, okay? So I'm anticipating, given my Elliott Wave theory, given my pattern theory, given like pretty much all the indicators, and I'm going to show you some indicators in a second why I'm fairly confident this is moving up. Can I tell you when? Absolutely not. But I'm not going to pretend to, and most people who do are probably stopped out or liquidated by now, okay? Not to poke fun at those people, because I was those people. I didn't distinguish when I leverage traded. I traded leverage in every phase of the market. I've made all the mistakes. This is why I'm sharing this with you. Hopefully it helps. But everybody's different. You kind of have to make your own mistakes sometimes before you learn. Or you perfect your own trading system. This is my trading system. Maybe it doesn't work for you. In any case, here's the path I anticipate for Bitcoin. All right. So I've got my Elliott Wave tool. And I'm seeing that we do something like this. Something like this. I don't know. Maybe something like this. Okay? I'm basically putting in the first wave is going to be hitting the top of this channel and coming back down, retracing. And then the third wave is going to be hitting the top of this channel and retracing. I don't know. Maybe the third wave exceeds the top of this channel. I have no clue, okay? And, you know, you can ignore this. That was just for fun. I just copied the price action from here onto there. Just because, you know, you get bored when you're waiting for price to move. But I feel like we're going to get 5 waves here, okay? Once we get to the top of this, and again, I don't know the path it's going to take, but what I do know is I want to take profit. If I'm a trader, but I'm an investor and a trader, okay? I'm patient for breakouts, but at the same time, I can be smart and still trade with very little risk. I can take profit here, and I definitely want to take profit here. Why? Because in the path to 100K, you're going to get rejections at major resistance. And major resistance, the first wave can retrace all the way to the 618 of the first wave, okay? The third wave can retrace to the 382 of the third wave, or even more if it's a leading diagonal. And then the fifth wave is going to give you a retracement all the way down to wave 4 of the previous trend, right? Or it can. It doesn't have to, but it can. And then a B wave, a counter, which is what I believe is going to take us to 100K, pivot, and then down to complete the correction. This is the path I anticipate. Let's clean that up. Okay. Again, I don't know where wave 1 will end, wave 3 will end. This is just a mock-up. You know, it's not important. But I will absolutely be taking profits at major resistance, yeah? All right, let me just pause for a second before I finish this. And, yeah, you guys, let me know what you think. Hey, Rufio, what's up? All right, so back to the top here. All right, let's get out. This is what I think it's going to look like. Again, I don't know where wave 1 or wave 3 is going to end, but we need 5 waves up, and I think the 5 waves are going to end at this resistance right here, 73K. And I think it's going to be around, if I had to put a time in, I think it's going to be June, July, something like that. I don't think it's going to take very long, right? Because remember, it's an impulse. And unlike this right here, this price action here, this is corrective. This is 3 waves, A, B, C, okay? This is impulsive, this is impulsive. This took more time than both of those, probably even combined, okay? So, mind you, when this happens, it's going to happen. It's going to happen fast. And mind you, what's going to happen is a lot of people are going to get in, not having a big plan, not having, like, you know, maybe they're not professionals or they don't know how to read a chart. They're going to think Bitcoin's on again. We're in a bull run. We're going to go to the moon. Why don't we get in? And they're going to get in, and they're going to hit resistance. They're going to lose. They're going to get out. We're going to go back up, probably hit 100K, and some people are going to get out, get in. I don't know. But a lot of people are going to get wrecked on this because there's going to be a lot of volatility. I don't know exactly how it's going to happen, but I think this is highly probable. So let's put that last bit in right here. This is going to be rejected right here, almost definitely, right? Because this is big resistance, okay? And then we need 3 waves for, whoops. Here, let's do this. Okay, something like this, right? Where this B wave is going to retrace to give us our 100K or something like that. Is that even possible? Let's check. Let's check. Let's go on log, take the phi ratio of A. Okay, so A is going to come down, got to come down a little further for that to even be possible. Maybe 100K is not possible. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Reason I'm saying 100K, it's within the phi ratio of our big A wave, okay? By hook or by crook, we may get there. We may reject off of this level right here before the 5 waves are up. We may reject off 73 or 72 using an ending diagonal, right? We see this a lot actually in these kinds of B wave impulses, where you get something like this for wave 5. We've seen this a lot, okay? So that wouldn't surprise me either. And this is the difficulty in trading and, you know, kind of assuming exactly the path. You don't know. A lot of things can happen, right? A lot of things are on the table. But if you have a plan and you're prepared for a lot of things, it's not that difficult, because you're like, okay, I know where my phi ratio is. I know where my main resistances are. And so I'm just looking out for a lot of different scenarios, okay? So this is the path I think we're going to take. We're definitely going to hit resistance here some way, somehow, either in the B wave or in this wave 5. We're going to approximate this 100K. Way too many people have 100K on the mind. And now that it's a possibility, I know for a fact people are going to get excited once we start running up, okay? So now that we have the path to 100K, not down, but sort of mapped out, right, as a possibility, I think we can do other things. But I think the takeaway from this all is, don't forget your major resistances. That's it, right? If you want to trade this to the upside, and I'm not saying even on leverage, but on spot, take profit at major resistances. That's it, you know, and get back at major support. And you can do that using your support and resistance. Remember, you just need 2 data points to make a trend line. And if you have more, then even better. Here I have 2 big data points on high time frame. These are daily levels I'm using to make this. There's going to be a rejection here, okay? This is made using 1, 2, 3. There's going to be a rejection here. This was made with 1, 2. There's going to be a rejection here, okay? So keep it simple. It's not that complicated. The hard part is waiting for all of this to happen. Maybe you guys agree, but that's the tough part. Day in, day out, watching the price go up and down. It's like, oh, I thought you were going up, but you're not yet. Yeah. Now let's show some indicators and why, you know, the indicators kind of support the general idea of this moving to the upside, okay? We're on the daily time frame, and we have massive bullish, confirmed bullish, sorry, one second, I'm kind of thrown off here. Bullish divergence. This is what I want to say. Okay, this low to that low. Price action. Price is going down from this low to this low, okay? On the charts. Decreasing price from this low. Whoops. I want to go lower. All right, from this low to that low, and it's already crossed, we have bullish divergence, okay? And you can even do it from here. It's probably even better. From that low to that low, decreasing price action, increasing price action. That's massive bullish divergence on the daily time frame. It doesn't get any better. You just have to wait for it to play out. And it's already crossed. It's already confirmed. So this is what we're looking for, okay? See, this is crossed. We're waiting for it to do what it does and go up and confirm our indicator. MACD's basically just been showing no volatility, which is really bullish because, well, it could be bullish or bearish, because when there's no volatility, that just means a big move is going to come. And actually, volume tells you the same thing. Volume tells you the same thing because this whole time, there's no volume. And that means accumulation. I think a lot of people, they don't understand what accumulation is. And I think this is important to say. The people who study Wyckoff know this very well. If you study Wyckoff and you really understand it, you know it. The idea, and I see some comments, and I'm going to get to those comments in a second. So please give me one moment. For those people who study Wyckoff, and those people who study price action, you don't really need to study Wyckoff. But really, if you understand the markets, you know this. If you had a lot of money, okay, and you want to take a position, I don't know how much money you guys have, it doesn't really matter. But let's say you had a lot of money. Let's say you even had $10,000 in your favorite altcoin. If you put that $10,000 and you make a buy in your favorite altcoin, that's in the top 50, maybe 50 to 60, 50 to 100, okay, altcoin, you will make a big selling spike if you market buy that altcoin. You're going to make a big selling spike, okay? Maybe if you make a limit order, it may also spike, okay? And I'm going to show you an example of that when I go into the altcoins. Now, you don't want to, you don't mind making the big volume spike, but what you don't want to do is move the price up. You want to buy low. But if you market buy, some of it's bought here, 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 because you're the one pushing the price up and making the price more expensive. Does that make sense? So you want to buy in such a way that the price stays low. You want to buy low. But when you have a lot of money, and for those of us who don't have tons of money, this doesn't seem to be a problem because we don't think this way. But eventually you will all have a lot of money because you will all, see this through and make crypto money, which is a lot of money, okay? But let's say you don't have a lot of money now. I want you to think like you do, because understand that every single time somebody with a lot of money buys through the exchange and they market buy, they send the price up, making the price higher for themselves, okay? And so when you're talking about accumulation and you see the volume go down, what does that mean? That means people are buying OTC, over the counter. They're not necessarily buying on the exchanges, okay? And even when they're buying on the exchanges, they're doing it in little bits and pieces, and they're doing it strategically against the trend, okay? So they buy when other people are selling. They buy into weakness. Does that make sense? This is why before a big move, before a little move, you kind of want to see volume supporting the, you kind of want to see volume supporting the purchase, okay? Or the sell. You want to see volume supported. But before a big move, right? Like right here and right here. So here we consolidated 60 days, and everybody kind of lost their minds waiting for 60 days. And after 60 days, we finally got a big move. My friends, we've been in 90-day consolidation, 3 months of sideways price action. Imagine if this was the result of 60 days of consolidation. Imagine what 90 days of consolidation does, okay? And 90 days of consolidation, many people have bought big money, bought over the counter, and some through exchanges, but they bought strategically because they know what they're doing, okay? And now I'm going to show you an example of buying without knowing what you're doing, okay? So now let's go into our altcoins, and I'm going to answer some questions because I see a question about Ravane from Labine. And let's go into that now. All right. So, favorite altcoins. And by the way, I think Bitcoin started to bounce. Let's see. Before I go into that, I just want to show you guys. Look at the shorts, right? We had a 7% drop today. And what did the shorts do? They started increasing somewhat, but not much, okay? And this is Phemex, okay? I know that there are other exchanges where people don't really know what they're doing, and they buy and sell, and, they go long and short whenever. Phemex is where whales trade. Big money trades here. The people that are trading know what they're doing. They have people who know what they're doing, more or less, okay? So today, on the 26th, we didn't get much action in shorts. You would expect for shorts to be much more active given that fall, especially if we were going down big time, right? But you don't see much activity, do you? You do see some shorts increasing, and that's natural because if longs get liquidated, they automatically flip short. So when your stops get hit, you automatically flip short. It's not that people actually put in fresh orders of shorts. Meanwhile, what did longs do? Right, we got some liquidations here, right? But longs have been steadily increasing. This lets you know that people who know what they're doing are expecting something. They're expecting something to happen, okay? Now let's go into our first favorite altcoin, Ravane, all right? Look at this volume. Do you see that volume? Like, look at this volume. Look at it. The average volume of this coin, okay? This is not a big coin. This is not like something that, a lot of people know about. Not that many people know about Ravane, to be honest. And it's not like number 900 on CoinMarketCap. It's in the top 100 or 200 or something. It's not that far off, right? They actually have a working product and everything. But look at that volume. What does that tell you? This is what Wyckoff explains so well. Wyckoff says you need a cause. Before you go long on an asset, you need a cause. And that cause should be accumulation. What is accumulation? Accumulation is people buying without moving the price too much. They're buying. They're not moving the price too much. They're putting in a lot of orders. A lot of orders right here. What do you think is going to happen when the price does move? Okay? It's like you're putting potential energy. It's like you're stretching a rubber band. Okay? So that move is going to be violent. And I'm not surprised Ravane is showing such a large cause because if you calculate the phi ratio for Ravane, it's all the way up at $1.15. And again, the phi ratio is simply taking the measurement, the 1618 on the log scale for these assets, taking the 1618 Fibonacci retracement level of the A wave, which gives you the maximum retracement of the B wave, right? We talk about this all the time on the channel. I don't know why I stopped it here. I don't know. I calculated quite. Anyway, it's somewhere up there, right? I'll look at that more closely after the stream. But I'm not surprised it can get up there, okay? It can get up there or close to there, and that would be like 200x or something like that, or 200x or more. It's possible, and what makes it possible? Look at this volume. Like, what is going on? And I think you would see the same thing in Bitcoin if you couldn't buy Bitcoin over the counter. Over the counter means you don't use an exchange to buy it. And so when you're buying it, it doesn't necessarily spike the price. It doesn't necessarily show on the volume, but it shows on the blockchain. So on-chain analyses do show Bitcoin moving off of exchanges because they buy over the counter, they buy from an exchange, from a Binance, from a Phemex, and they deplete the reserves. So on chain will show there's a lot of Bitcoin moving off exchange. That's extremely bullish. For a smaller token or a smaller asset like Ravane, right? You probably can't do that, so you have to buy it on the exchange. Look at this accumulation. This, my friends, is accumulation. Now, Wyckoff did also say you want to be careful because you have to determine the general movement, the next move of the asset, okay? And I said this before, I don't think it's that complicated to see if something's going to break up or break down generally. I mean, you may not get it right on the lower time frames, but on the higher time frame, I think it's fairly straightforward if you have a decent amount of understanding of technical analysis. Look at this. Consolidation, move up, move down, move up, consolidation into a descending wedge that typically, probabilistically breaks up. So I think this is really bullish as evidenced by all of this volume, all this accumulation. When exactly is it going to move? I don't know. But I knew that it wasn't going to be the first out of the gates because from what I said yesterday. And here's where you can use indicators to help. Now you can see we saw confirmed bullish divergence on this stochastic RSI on Bitcoin, right? I have yet to see that on Ravane. So I know if Bitcoin moves, Ravane's not going to be first to move. It's going to move after, okay? Going down to the 4 hourly, still no confirmed bullish divergence. Going down to the hourly, I think I finally have my bullish divergence. And you can see it, right? It's confirmed on the hourly. You see how that works? So you can use indicators to give you an idea as to when things are going to move. But, it's hard to be exact. Let me turn the magnet off for this. You see that? Do you guys see that? So price is moving down in this little leg, and then on the stochastic RSI, it's moving up. Okay. Let me just get rid of the MACD. The MACD's not helping me right now. So that's my confirmed bullish divergence on my hourly time frame for Ravane. Okay, it's confirmed because it's crossed. The K and the D are crossed. It's crossed bullish. All right. So that's Ravane. I'm still going to get rid of this. All right, and now Kadena. I know a lot of people are spooked, drop. And some people, for some reason, are trading these altcoins on leverage. Why you would do that, I don't know, right? It's not like the gains aren't, but that's greed, right? Greed will do that to you. If you want more, let's say you're trading Ravane, 200x isn't enough. You want to trade that on leverage, right? You increase your risk and you lose. This is how the market has so much money because people want more and more and more, right? So Kadena, not yet confirmed on the 4 hourly, right? Because we don't yet have a cross here. Pretty much confirmed, almost confirmed, like an hour from confirmation on the hourly time frame for bullish divergence, okay? And same as Ravane, you'll see this lower low on the price action, higher low on stochastic RSI, okay? So that's my confirmed bullish divergence. Not yet confirmed on, but almost, let's see, is it confirmed? It's like just a few minutes from confirming. It'll confirm in 35 minutes, okay? But it's likely to confirm. Okay, so that's my Kadena. And then looking at Kadena on the daily, just to look and see, again, like Bitcoin, you have something that has been in consolidation, reversal consolidation for quite some time, right? You can try and count this right here. And, this is something I would do earlier in my career. and I would rely heavily on these counts, right? I would say, oh, this is an A wave for sure, okay, and it looks to me like an A wave, unambiguously, right? This is a B wave, so 1, 2, 3 waves down, 1, 2, 3 waves up. That's my B of B, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, C of B, okay? And what comes after? Sometimes you get a pump straight away, or you get your pivot. Okay, who knows? Sometimes you get a pump straight away, sometimes you get a pivot. That's a reversal. That's a reversal pattern. This is what I expect from Kadena. I do expect for us to reverse at any moment now. And like these other assets, I'm looking at the volume and it's decreasing, and I like it. I like decreasing volume in my when in my accumulations. That basically tells me that as price is going down, right? Price has been going down, sideways or down. The volume, the market is selling less, okay? So people are selling up here, right? And they're selling and selling, they're selling, but they're selling less and less because there's less supply. And how do you get the price to go up? You have demand overtake supply. So because there's no more Kadena to sell, because the volume's going down, the price has to go up because it's more scarce. Everybody's already bought what's being sold, okay? So, and the buying is strong in accumulation. The buying is strong. It doesn't push the price up though. This is the strong buying. You can see the buying overtakes the selling. Even in this candle right here, buying overtakes the selling, even though the price is going down. That's the best time to buy. This is why I'm not overly worried. I'm not overly concerned. I know some people get emotional with these 4%, 5% drops here and there, but that's to be expected. People get at the bottoms, people are frustrated, they're tired, they're exasperated, and that's exactly what you need to expect in a reversal, right? That's the market, the emotion that goes along with a bottom. If people were happy, then it wouldn't be the bottom. People have to be pissed. People have to be unsubscribing from your YouTube channel and calling you a fraud and saying you're an idiot for buying when it's only going to nuke. That's the bottom, right? So don't get really shaken by that. Okay. And our last favorite one, VRA. Yeah. Still the same, you know. We have our a pattern, and again, I would say that we're putting in this reversal pattern that I like to talk about. A wave, 1, 2, 3. A of B, 1, 2, 3. B of B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. C of B, okay? And then what comes after, and this may be annoying, but what comes after is a pivot before a pump, okay? Are we going to get the pivot or just the pump straight away? I don't know. Sometimes we get the pump straight away, and I think it's because this in and of itself is a pivot, right? Because if you look, let's see. The larger pattern is here. Okay, and so this right here is my A of B, B of B. B of B is finished, so is C of B just going to go straight off, or do we need the pivot? I don't know. I know I didn't change colors, but I just wanted to do that really quickly. Okay, so this is what I'm expecting for pretty much everything. We'll go back to Bitcoin in a second and see if we can anticipate a pivot in Bitcoin as well. Here, let's get rid of this. But in Bitcoin, it's the same deal. You have your initial break of structure, A wave, basically your indication that you're going to change trend. You have 3 waves in your A of B, 3 waves in your B of B, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe wave 5 ends here in Bitcoin. And this is your pivot. We'll zoom in to confirm this. This is your pivot, and then this is your breakout. Okay, let's zoom in on the 4-hourly. And let me know if there are any other altcoins you guys want to look at. I know that we always look at those 3 because those are our favorite given their phi ratios. But let me know if there's anything else you guys want to look at. Hey Rufio. Yeah, that's 2 to 3x is not bad. I mean, there are many trade systems as there are people. You have to find what works for you. If your 2 to 3x leverage has worked for you, then you're doing something right? Not everybody knows. Hey Dalton, I'll look at Nano in a second. Not everybody knows what they're doing. And so, you have to find what works for you. Generally, 2 to 3x leverage is great, and I don't even consider that a big leverage position. Still, you have to be strategic even on 2 to 3x, right? And then you have to factor in, I always think that it's important to factor in the mental health price. Because you look at the price in terms of your actual position and your capital, but you have to factor in your mental capital. When I'm in these sideways consolidations and I'm not leverage trading according to my rules and I'm just spot buying, I gain mental capital because I'm not thinking of positions. I'm not looking at positions. It's almost a vacation for me. Okay. And then when I'm back leverage trading, it can be profitable. It can be great. Fun as hell when you're winning, and it's sad as hell when you're losing. But in any case, you really are, you're a high performance, you're a high performance kind of athlete. You know what I mean? It's like you're in a race car going 200 miles an hour and you're going, 100 times around a lap. It's just, you never stop. You go to sleep, you're still checking your positions. You wake up, you check your positions. You don't know what can happen, but when you're spot, you kind of don't have that on your mind as much. But if you're a 2 to 3x and your liquidation point's way down, maybe you don't care. Maybe you have your stops in such a place that you're willing to take that loss. It really depends on so many things. So I'm not trying to say leverage trading is bad or anything at all whatsoever. It's just what's worked for me. So I'm just sharing that in this state in the market. But yeah, taking a 2x position from here could be perfect, right? But it also depends where you're going to put your stops, right? So let's look at... Oh, yeah, that's what we were doing. I had this count for the correction, right? Boom, boom. I'm going to change the color on this. I love my Elliott Wave, as you guys may know. Here, let's change the color on that. And basically all I'm trying to do here is using my wave counting, my Elliott Wave counting, is try and determine if we still need to put a pivot in for Bitcoin or we're ready to go. We've put the pivot in and we're ready to go. I don't know why I can't choose another color other than purple. It's just like, I won't let myself do it. Okay, so I'm trying to see if this little area right here is my pivot. And we've already put 5 waves in, and I believe we put 5 waves in, and I have a count for that. I've done this before. I think I put it in ending. I saw this as an ending diagonal, a 3 through 3 through 3. I think it's something like this. Something like that. Something like that. Okay. I do think those 5 waves are finished. Okay. I do think those 5 waves are finished. Okay. So this is what I have. This is why I'm not counting 5 waves down anymore. I think that B of B, that C of B is finished. And I think that this right here is 1, 2, 3, and I'm anticipating this to happen any moment now because I don't count any more, like on Revane and on Kadena, I saw that it was likely that we need to put in a pivot. I don't see a pivot here. I don't see a pivot. I see that what we put in yesterday as wave A of the pivot, this is wave B of the pivot. And so I anticipate that we put in that push any moment now. I anticipate also that Doge put in its pivot already. People who don't do technical analysis, they'll put fundamental reasons for everything. And they'll say, oh, it must be that, Elon Musk did this and that. Like, although the chart has already sort of, it's in the charts. It's already in the charts. It's been in the charts. Let's see. I think Doge just put its A wave of its pivot. That's what that was, I think. Let's see. Let's zoom out. Just thought experiment. Let's see. Okay, let's see. I think that this is my initial break of structure here for Doge. And then this is one, two, three, A of B, B of B, C of B. Okay, so this is A, this is B, and then my pivot. So Doge already put in its pivot. 1, 2, 3. I think this is A of the pivot. This is B of the pivot. 2, 3. Or maybe B of the pivot is like this. I don't know, but I think Doge is ahead. Doge is ahead. Okay, it's ahead. But it's already put in its pivot, if not completed its pivot. Yeah. So that's why I see Doge breaking out. It's a bit ahead of others by my count. I just wanted to count that because I know it's one of the few that broke out first. So back to... Oh, we wanted to see Nano, right? So I think any moment now, honestly, for Bitcoin, any moment now, I'm anticipating... Let's just make this thinner so I can see what's going on. Any moment now, I'm anticipating a breakout to the top of the range, kind of like Doge did. So you see Doge, and just let's go back to Doge really quick. Let me just add it to this list right here. Which one was it? I don't know. There's so many. Let's go back. My friends, don't forget to like the stream. Which one was it? Was it this one? I can't even tell. Which one did I just mark up? Oh, okay, it was this one. Yeah, so do you see how Doge hit critical resistance right here? So I made a channel and it hit that channel, bounced, and I'm anticipating it go back. Where did it bounce to, or where did it correct to? Turning on magnet on, fib. Okay, it looks like it's putting in, it may be a 618. but I doubt that this is sort of an impulse, because it looks like it's breached the 618. So it's probably going to come down to the 786 at the very least before it completes its correction. It may come down all the way down here. Okay. So back to our list. Yeah, I think this is Bitcoin's next move here. And I think Doge is kind of setting the model. It's going to hit this resistance right here. Okay, this major resistance at around 42.3. Okay, and then reject. But I don't think it's going to reject as much as Doge did. Okay, I see it hitting 42.3, rejecting a little bit, coming up and out. And then the next resistance is going to be the height of this channel, right? Because that's how channels break out. That's a target, technical target of these channels. So right here, around 47. Okay. That's going to be a target, not the ultimate target, but a target. Maybe it's a target of, you know, this wave. It comes back and then it finally hits our resistance here. In any case, yeah. Now let's look at Nano. And they were very specific. They said Nano on the daily. Or Nano US dollar, that's what they said. Nano US dollar. Let's see. Why is Kraken the only one that has it? That's weird. I know Forrest from Crypto Stackers is very big on Nano. He's like the Nano bull. Or, yeah, he's a Nano aficionado. So, yeah, just looking at Nano, I'm seeing this area as being a good place to re-up, right? And this needs to be on log. Okay, now this makes more sense. So okay, this to me, I've never seen this before, or if I have, I don't remember. This to me is impulsive price action, okay? And this is an ending diagonal, like I discussed earlier in the stream. It's a 53535. Let's just point that out. You see that only at the end of an impulse. Now, this impulse may be an impulse of a corrective wave, or it may be the impulse of, you know, a bull run. But I believe, given what we saw in Bitcoin, that this ending in April of 21, and just going back to Bitcoin, it lets us know what was likely happening at that time. April of 21. Yeah, see, Bitcoin just finished its bull run in April of 21, as did Nano. So that's why, you know, it's really, really important to use Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large, because it really gives you bearings, right? You understand, even if with a truncated chart. I don't know what the hell happened over here. I don't know, you know, I have no data here, but I'm almost positive that this was part of a bull run. Okay, so that's whatever this was wave 5 of 5. Okay, so next, I know that what comes after 5 waves, you always get 3. Okay, so I know, and this now, I know that this is a wave 4. And I know that my initial break of structure targets wave 4. So this makes sense to me, right? Because this is 1, 2, 3 waves targeting wave 4 of the previous trend. So now I mapped it out just using basic fundamental tenets of Elliott Wave theory and using Bitcoin as a legend or a puzzle piece to understand, right, this price action. So I know that it's going to look like this. So Nano is it's a little behind. And I'm going to tell you what I mean by that in a moment. So I got my A wave, okay? I know my next move is going to be a B wave, okay? But the B wave can look so many different ways, okay? We see B waves look like that, and that's all she wrote. We see B wave look composed, meaning you get an A of B, kind of like in Bitcoin, a B of B, and then you get 5 waves up. Okay, so that'll be your B wave, and it'll last forever, it seems, right? It's a composed B wave. You get 3 different waves, all in 3 seemingly different movements, okay? But again, you can have a B wave that just looks like this, and it'll look like something like this. We've seen it before. It'll be like an A wave up, a B wave down to the 786 of this A wave, to at least the 786, maybe even the 886, maybe even the 9114, right? And then a C wave. So this is what I'm seeing in Nano. If it's going to keep up with everything in the market, I'm anticipating Nano do one of these. This is likely. Okay, I don't know if 100%. I have no clue. It can very well put in the same B wave that Bitcoin put in, right? The composed B wave. Oops, where's my composed B wave? Okay, you know the composed B wave that I showed a moment ago. Okay, but if it wants to keep up with everything else in the market, it's probably going to put in one of these. So that's what I'm seeing with Nano. I would be very cautious once you get to crucial resistance up. Where would crucial resistance be? Probably over here. 772. I would be very cautious at this level in Nano, because you're likely to get something like this. A big rejection off of that for a B wave. And then continuation. That's likely, I believe. So I'd watch for this level around 7. Did I say 772? 729? 7, whatever. Around that level. Yeah. Even if you do get a composed B wave, I would watch for this level. Because hook or by crook, your first wave is going to be 3 waves. Because you're in correction. You're in a B wave. So even if this is first 3 waves of, and then the next 3 waves, and then 5 waves up, you're going to get something like this, okay? So I'd watch for that with Nano, which would mean the run-up is about 3x. Yeah. Any other requests? And everyone, don't forget to like the stream and subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. Do all that good stuff. If there's nothing else, I will call it a stream. So far so good. I mean, we've gotten a big bounce. I haven't been paying attention really. But let's go on the smaller time frames and see what Bitcoin's been doing. Looks like it's bouncing somewhat. No? Yeah? Okay. Are we playing out our bullish divergence? Let's see. All right. I love what the stochastic RSI is showing me, right? Bottomed out with the spikes down here. Strong bullish divergence on the hourly, obviously. Unconfirmed bullish divergence on the 4 hourly. Okay. But I love this candle right here. That's a superstar right there. I mean, that's buy pressure. And look where it is. Look where it is. You have this channel that I was talking about this morning, right? This is the smallest of the channels. I showed 3 channels: the purple channel, the pink channel, and the blue channel. Look, after all of that noise, after all of this, and people on Twitter screaming the apocalypse and Bitcoin's a scam and all that stuff, what happened? We simply bounced off of support. This is support. This bottom trend line we made using 1, 2, 3 data points, right? And all we have now so far, if let's say this takes us to the top of channel, all that will have happened is price just comes and retests the bottom of the channel to go back up, just like it did here, right? Just like it did there, right? So it's nothing really special. Sometimes you just gotta zoom out and ignore the noise. People shorting from here, people thinking that it's going to zero from here. I don't know. They're shorting multiple layers of support, which I don't understand how that makes sense. And you just look at the shorts, the smart shorts I call them, the Phemex shorts. Like, they're not doing much, right? They're not doing much today. Today is the 26th. They've gone up only because people have been liquidated. But actually, today, more people have gone and gotten out of their shorts, right? The shorts went down and then up. Let's go on smaller time frames. I can illustrate this, all right? So shorts went down before Bitcoin. At this point right here, at 9 a.m., Bitcoin hadn't started moving down, okay? Let me just prove this to you. This is really cool. 9 a.m., my time. Bitcoin was still here, okay? Now, what did the shorts do? This is smart money. This is like people who trade millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars. They trade on Bitfinex, right? If you haven't traded on Bitfinex, it's not that Bitfinex isn't popular. It's just Bitfinex is not something you need to know of because you're not in that tax bracket, right? And again, that's fine. You all will be in that tax bracket, especially if you're here, you're working on yourself, you're gaining skills, you're reading the market. Most people can't read a chart. You're going to outperform them. So don't worry. You'll get there. Now, 9 a.m., what happened? Shorts started getting out of the market. Smart shorts started getting out of the market. The price hadn't moved. What does that tell you? That means they know something is happening, right? They're not concerned with occasional 5%, 4% here. That's nothing, right? They're more big picture oriented because remember, you got a lot of money, you're trading lots and lots of volume. And your main concern is how to get in without spiking the price, how to get in, how to get out without tanking the price, right? These are your concerns. So when you're seeing, if you're playing the leverage game and you're short and you see Bitcoin doing what it's doing, you're like, oh, I'm getting out of here. I don't like the way this is looking. They got out of the market. What you see here is most likely, as the price went down, people forced to go short. Why? Why are people forced to go short? It's when your long stop loss gets hit, that's a sell order. So they automatically go and sell the future or they get margin called. Right? They sell, not because they want to go short. It's because that's their stops or liquidation points getting hit. So that's selling the market. This is what this is because the price moved and this happened almost immediately. This happened right here when the price didn't move. That means it was people actually making that decision. I hope you guys understand this. And, going in on TradingView, I don't know if this is in like the basic, unpaid, or lower level tier of TradingView. I use the professional version. I pay like the best time to get it is during Black Friday, during American Thanksgiving. It's like 80% on sale. You can get the highest tier of TradingView for very little. So that's what I do. I have the highest tier of TradingView. If you can get these short and long charts and you learn to read them, do it. It will help you. It will give you an added edge because basically it'll show you what it's kind of like looking over someone's shoulder in class. The smart kid. What's the smart kid doing? Like what answers is he or she putting in to their test? This is what the Phemex shorts and longs enable you to do. And when you can read it, you know you don't want to trade against these guys. Maybe you lose $1,000, $2,000. When they get it wrong, they lose millions. And they don't typically get it wrong. I mean, sometimes they do. But on the aggregate, they know what they're doing. As a collective, they don't get it wrong. So that's just a tip, you know. And, you know, not every exchange is worth reading. I promise you, like, for instance, the Bybit exchange, their longs and shorts, like, you know, you don't want to copy that. You don't want to copy, you know, yeah, just look at the Phemex. The serious traders right there. In any case. Yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Let me know if there's anything else you guys want me to touch on. That's what the live stream's for. Again, don't forget to like the stream. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Thank you all for joining. Appreciate the support. And have a great rest of your day or a great rest of your evening, wherever you are. Let me just make sure that nobody else put in anything. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, and let's hope that this turns around sooner than later, right? Even though we're confident. I'm confident. I'm very confident. I mean, look at this. We're bottomed out on the hourly. We're almost bottomed out on the 4-hourly. We have really bullish hammer candle on the 4-hourly. Strong bullish divergence on the daily with a strong hammer candle on the daily. 1, 2, 3 hammer candles on the daily. We're at crucial support on 3 different levels. I mean, you can't make this up, right? Crucial support, crucial support, crucial support, right? If this happens to break, then there's crucial support with this. If this happens to break, then there's crucial support with that. If that happens to break, then it's a different story, of course, yeah. But, I mean, I'm just so, like, yeah, I'm impatient, and I want the price to go up. I want to see, you know, more money than I know what to do with in my account. So, let's go. You know, I'm impatient, but I'm also not impatient enough to ruin my trade, because that, out of experience, has taught me to stay in a trade and to be patient and to just take the quote-unquote pain now. You will then win, right? A lot of people are going to get shaken out of their leveraged orders, right? Over-leveraged orders. If you're leveraged and you know what you're doing, all power to you, more power to you, because, you know, that takes a lot of skill, and few can do that, but some people can. But yeah, it's great. I'm very excited. I'm excited to see this pump. It's any moment. It's not a question of if, it's when. So yeah, have a great evening, everybody, or great morning, wherever you are. Thanks again for joining. Bye.